This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today, I'm very lucky to joined by Kevin Mitchell. So thank you very much for coming on, Kevin. It's good to see you, mate.
That's right. It's good to see you, sir, mate. Yeah, good.
So how's your day been, Kevin? What have you been up to then?
This morning, well, I woke up at 6 this morning. I was with the fighters doing the triangle. Yeah, just training my fighters and that, mate. Really doing a bit of boxing training today. That's about it, really. That's what I do day to day.
And were you training down at Tony Sims' gym?
Yeah, I'm back with Tony again now. I was with Tony when I retired, but basically, due to work reasons and that, I need to go back into the city to earn money and things. So I went back into the city and started training in the city and that. But now I'm back with Tony and doing things with Tony again now. So yeah, I'm in a really good place.
Yeah, sounds good. So those who don't know what the triangle is, what can you describe it then?
The triangle is basically it's about a mile long run. Basically, you got to run it in about, I think it's about 3.5 minutes. 3 minutes. You can't be getting no longer than 4 minutes, basically. You got a load of them out there running. You got a lot of good fighters like Joe Cordina, Conor Benn, Johnny Riders, the Ted Cheeseman, the Felix Cash. You got Jordan Flynn's, Alfred Winters. You got them out there running, putting in their graft, and yeah, they're all racing. So it builds their fitness up and strength up.
Yeah, I'm sure you're obviously very fit after doing that. So who comes first, then who comes last in the triangle then?
The winner's always, I'll take a minute's always Conor Benn.
Oh yeah.
And the loser is always Jordan Flynn.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's so hard though. If I was still running it now, I'd be the loser. I'd be losing. I'd be the slowest, I'd say.
Yeah, it does sound quite tiring. So, but I just want to touch on your professional career. Obviously, you're back in 2015, so quite a while. Now you've had a lot of time to reflect on it. What have you done differently?
I think the way I lived life, I think people I went into meetings with, like businessmen, I went into meetings with early doors like Frank Warren and that. I'd have gone into them meetings very differently. I'd have been a lot more cautious than what I was. When you're a young kid and you think you know everything, it's just very hard when you don't know nothing. But from experience and all the things I've experienced over the years being in these type of meetings, and I'd say personally taking advantage of as a kid, I know where I can stand now with my fighters and I can guide them in the right hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you kind of gone through that. Now you can help your fighters and now you know a bit about it. And you also shared the ring of lightweights, Ricky Burns and Jorge Linares. Where do you think you'd match up with today's lightweights then with Devin Haney, Tiffany Lopez, Ryan Garcia, with those lightweights?
Well, you know, in my day, I don't even think I hit the full potential of my career. I don't think I ever hit my full ability. I think I could have been a lot better than what I was. If I was looked after early doors and with the right coaches and with the right things, like the right diet, it's all changed now. You've got diets, your food, all your food intakes counted and weighed. You've got strength and conditioning coaches. You lift weights now. Back then we didn't lift weights. You've got oxygen chambers. I think, easily I could mix with anything. You know, I was in there one of the best pound on the planet, Jorge Linares. I held my own with him for the rounds that I was in there with him for. So yeah, I think on a good day of me in the ring, I think I can hold my own with anyone.
And so back then, nowadays, most fighters have nutritionists, like you're just saying. Back then, I guess you didn't have a nutritionist, did you?
And of course, I know you nutrition. You basically, I remember talking to Jimmy Tibbs and that. You just wouldn't eat like potatoes. You'd have steak once a week, which you wouldn't be doing that really, would you? You wouldn't be eating steak at all. Like you'd have, yeah, the nutrition, your food wasn't counted, your carbs wasn't weighed, your vegetable wasn't weighed, your meat wasn't weighed. You just do it right. Your eyesight and what you think. If you're weighing a bit heavy, you go out and do a run.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine nowadays it's a bit easier, everything's probably a bit more organized, I'd say. And so now,
much more organised now. It's all weighed now, and everything's weighed. And the times when you eat, you got to eat on time, certain times, so you digest it properly. It's all changed. It's all sports science now, and I think it's for the better, 100%.
Yeah, it certainly is. Now everything's down to the perfect gram. And now you're retired from boxing. How do you kind of find that transition from being a fighter and then to a coach?
It wasn't easy. I think Tony Sims planted the seed in my head when I was still boxing. He was basically brought me and helping out with him in the gym when I was still a fighter. The likes of all my mates really, like Ricky Burns's, Conor Benn's and Johnny Riders, all the Martin Walds and all the fighters. And I started helping out, and it just slowly starting to plant the seed in my head. And little did I ever think that I was going to be a trainer when I retired. When I retired, I thought that would be me done. I'd go and do something totally different. But I've gone into being a trainer and I absolutely love it. I just loved it. I love the routine. It's the same routine. If anything, you'll be a lot more dedicated than the fighters, and a lot more dedicated than I was as a fighter. Yeah, and I love it now. It's do as I say, not as I did. If that's the phrase, yeah.
I know that might sound a bit ridiculous, but do you think you enjoy being coached more than a fighter?
I do a lot. Yeah, actually, I do. Yeah, I really do. Like people, I had my fighter Jordan Finn win his last fight, and I had a few pro fighters now boxing. They've all had their wins, and I've never had a loss at the minute, touch wood. But on this fight, I had my first ever buzz from boxing, like from fighting in the arena and you're applauded by the big crowds. You get like buzz out of it. But I saw Tony Sims this morning as we was doing that like 100-meter sprints a pair of us. So they was all doing the triangle. Me and Tony was doing 100 meters. I said I had my first ever buzz out of boxing since I retired when Jordan won his last fight. Yeah, so that I absolutely love doing what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really good. Really nice to hear. So how many pros are you training now? You got Alfie Winter, Jordan. How many?
And I've got Charlie Hoyt. Yeah, so I've got 3 little pros to train. And just keep building on it. I'm not in a rush to make. I'm not one of these trainers want to make a big name straight away. I know it takes a long time to build up your reputation, and reputation is what you see is what happens. So what I'm just saying is might take me 5 years, 6 years, 10 years to build up reputation, build up a good camp, and build up a good team around me, and build a good stable of fighters.
And obviously now you're kind of training with Tony Sims. You see Conor Benn doing his sprints, and Conor's just had a fight announced against Chris Algieri. How do you think he gets along with Chris?
He'll be all right. You know, I remember Conor moving down here from up Manchester, and I remember ringing his dad and getting him to move down here and that. And it was only like he was like a small little boy. He was laughing about it. He was like a small, podgy little boy, like skinny, little bit overweight boy, and like he was like a young kid. And I was moving around sparring with him as I was still a pro then. And he's now an animal, man. He's done 6 years in Tony Sims' gym. I've been away from him for 6 years. I've not been watching him much and watching what he's doing day to day. But Tony's regime, day in, day out, is very hard, very strict. But what it does is it breeds champions. It breeds a different animal. And I can see he's just turned himself into an athlete. And he lives, eats, breathes, sleeps boxing. He's with his family and he's in the gym. He lives it, mate. And it's kids like my son coming through on his way through as a young amateur. Coming through it just shows them how it's got to be done.
Exactly, he's got that discipline. In your fight to Alfie Winter, he's been sparring with Conor Benn. How's that been kind of going then?
Yeah, it's been going well. You know, obviously Conor's a lot stronger, a lot more powerful. Alfie's just turned professional now. He ain't been doing the training that long. He ain't been doing like obviously the 2 sessions a day and things like that. So he's transitioned to be a pro. So obviously it's been very hard for Alfie, but yeah, he's been doing good. He's been doing well. It was good for Conor today on the track. He was the only fighter out of all the fighters that can push Conor on the triangle. So he tracked the triangle today. So yeah, I expect good things from him.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll make sure I get an interview with Alfie at some point this year. But all right then, Kevin. Thanks so much for your time. I do appreciate it, mate. So where can people find you on Instagram and Twitter at them?
It's just Kerry Mitchell. Like, yeah, Kerry Mitchell on my Twitters, and I don't know actually what they are. Kerry Mitchell. You'll find me on there, and that. Yeah, you'll find me.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for your time, Kevin. It's great talking to you, mate.
God bless. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.